Welcome back to Seen It Before, where we're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie, because we've seen it all before. I'm Danny.
This will be the last time we've seen it all before in this place in this episode.
Probably.
No,
most likely.
No, most likely, I would say. Yes, we are moving studios. We're going to be down for a little bit, but then we'll be back. Anyway, but for our last episode here, Return of the King, our third and final installment for the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And we got both of our guests that we've had before. We got Pat.
Yeah.
And we got James. So they're both here.
Hi.
And they're both ready to talk about this movie that swept all the awards in the 2004.
Oh, shit.
Well, yeah, all of them. That's the thing. Those movies came out rapid fire because
I think it was.
they were recorded.
Okay.
They were recorded essentially all in one unit.
Shit. Stay away from, talks about the Oscars, because that's a couple questions in my trivia that I got set up.
Well, guess what? We already talked about it. So
Fuck.
Listen, just saying they won all of the things.
that's
is
not really
pretty
giving away
generic.
much.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the questions is how many did they get for the noms, and then which ones did they win, and what you know what I mean? So the specific categories.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we got trivia. That I did those questions months ago, and I just completely forgot them.
Oh.
Yeah, remember you walked in? I mean, it was like typing them at work, and then,
I walked in and you were doing a lot of things.
Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
that was a secret. I told you that in confidence.
Anyway, yeah, so we're here. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Let's get to it.
So, Return of the King, the final in the epic trilogy of the Lord of the Rings. We just watched. This is our capper to that trilogy in our podcast series.
4-hour extended cut. We've done all the extended cuts in this.
Yeah.
This is the one you have to do the extended cut for.
I was worried that when I saw that the runtime 4.5 hours, but half hour of that is credits.
It's all
Which is
credits.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
It was so funny. We're just like, okay, epilogue,
Now-
and 30 minutes left. Credits.
Now, I do want to say, big Lord of the Rings news.
Ooh.
That's also not really news. If you followed anybody who's a big fan of Lord of the Rings, Stephen Colbert is the biggest nerd of nerd when it comes to
I do, yeah.
Lord of the Rings. I watched him stump Peter Jackson live.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was a fun time. But he recently got stumped.
Oh.
I remember. Yeah, I heard about that.
I know I stopped and told you about this, but he got stumped. And it's a Two Towers thing. So I just wanted to say this before we got into Return of the King fully. Apparently, the whole meeting of the Ents there, that place has a location name, and Colbert just forgot it. And it's but it's such a oddball little thing. It's right. It's Durndingle, or I'm going to pronounce. I butcher that pronunciation. I always do.
Dingleberry.
Yeah, basically. But it's just such a random little location, in Fangorn Forest, and it's no, nobody's going to remember that.
Not a shot.
But yeah, I just had to share that with you guys because
That is a theme. So, and I will preface this by saying we watched this movie a few days ago for the first time. For you,
First time for me ever.
I've seen bits and pieces of it long time ago, probably 2005, 2006. So I didn't remember a single damn thing.
Damn. How long is the theatrical cut?
it's still 3.5 hours.
You sat through that in the theater?
Oh yeah,
As a kid?
oh yeah.
Yeah, it was 2003. Anyway, what were you saying?
But yeah, so prefacing this with we watched this a few days ago. I don't think I retained a single thing from this movie.
Oh, really?
Oh no, this
Character wise.
Character.
I don't know. I still didn't remember who was who. And I'm just
You don't-
listen.
What?
Wait, okay. The main characters, I know all of them. I know King Theoden. I know that. Beyond that, though, I'm just who is this
Remember,
again?
we
Who is
hate
this again?
Arwen. We fucking hate
We
her.
hate Arwen because I cannot stand.
Wait, why do we hate Arwen?
Because it's Liv Tyler.
Because I don't
She
like Liv
sucks.
Tyler.
Oh my god! Oh, I will not have this.
But listen, she also
Liv Tyler in Armageddon.
Okay, listen. Arwen did a lot in Fellowship, but she hasn't done a single damn thing in the second or the third movie. She was just there.
They had
She was
to.
dying.
Yeah, she was losing her immortality.
All right, well, that was not
Yeah.
explained.
Yes, it was.
I
Elrond
didn't catch
explained
that.
it.
It was explained. I was just too focused on my chicken joes.
So was I.
We got taken, you know what I mean?
We were very focused on chicken
I'll give you
joes.
that. That's fair. Food is a little bit distracting.
Yeah.
Those mac and cheese bites, man. Ugh.
Anyway, so let's do a little recap of Helm's Deep and everything before we get into this
Oh,
whole
God.
movie.
Everyone fucking died. Some idiot.
Listen.
Let it-
Helm's Deep is still my favorite fight in the whole series.
Oh yeah,
so cool. I
was just thinking that today.
100%.
Yeah, Helm's Deep is so great, and like I'm comparing it to like this, and I legitimately like stopped taking notes at one point because I was just like, fight.
Fight. Oh, this is glorious.
I've been watching this movie for a decade, and I'm still like, fight.
Yeah. I mean, it can't be understated like how big of a scale these movies were, how much care was put into them.
They also used a lot of extras too. These were all pretty much extras people. They didn't use a lot of CGI people in these, I don't think.
Didn't the battle at the end have the record for the amount of extras or something?
I think it did.
Like when they obviously used a little bit of CGI, but like
Yeah.
it was mostly like, okay, cool. We have this huge pile of extras. We need 10 times that amount of extras. So like, let's just kind of, yeah, that's fine.
It's crazy to think it was only like 93 million to make this movie too back in.
Oh yeah.
Like, bro, what?
Adjusted for inflation, it's got to be a lot though.
Like we did this math with A New Hope like last week or something like that. So it was what $11 million to make A New Hope in 1977.
Box office was something around the 700 million.
I thought it made it, something like that. But adjusted for
That's-
inflation, it only would have been like a $56 million movie nowadays.
Yeah.
And dude, it just made
In today's money, it made like
crazy.
$3.8 billion.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
bro, what? It's
Like, Avatar technically holds the title.
okay,
which
well,
Yeah.
okay, well,
and Avatar 2 is not far behind.
Shut up, Avatar.
James Cameron's just gonna re-release it again, so that's just how it goes.
Yeah, he's like, oh, a Marvel movie's like creeping up on getting the box office. No, Avatar, the
Avatar
12th
3.
anniversary.
Avatar 3. It's the same story as the first two.
But there's red ones now.
And Stephen Lang's still not dead.
They have wings.
Oh man!
Christ.
All right,
Yeah, I
James.
know. I hate Avatar so
James, would
Hello.
you like to? Actually, let's talk about the very beginning of this movie. So we start out with Gollum / Smeagol getting the ring and everything, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, he's
He straight up murders Deagle.
yeah,
Like,
he straight up murders him. It's like, ow, that was
Kills his
brutal.
brother.
It's a brutal way to
Yeah.
start, and just his whole transformation. Andy Serkis doing that whole thing is fantastic. Well done and
yeah,
everything.
and I always forget this, just because normally fantasy doesn't really go along with religion, but Tolkien was counted as a religious writer, like with C.S. Lewis.
It's not as
It's not
like,
as
obvious.
It doesn't club you over the head as much.
Yeah.
But the whole Smeagol Deagle thing is very much like a Cain and Abel story, and I'm
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like the thing is that I don't think he intended it for like, just like everyone's like, oh, it's a criticism of like World War I. I don't think he was going for that, even though he got his experiences from that.
It's just a lot of similarities from his life being put into his writings.
That's what I like, because like I'm not religious, but I think that like the Bible stories have good storytelling potential.
Yes.
So like it makes sense to draw from it, like brother against brother, like civil war and blah blah. Brother.
And also, the corruption of man. And
Obvious,
everything
yeah,
else,
yeah. Eat the apple, bitch.
Gravity, bitch. Anyway, yeah. So you have some props.
I do. I do.
They're heavy as shit.
Yeah, no, they're full steel.
They're in the wide shot a little bit.
Yeah, no, they're
I tried to move them on the table. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's Gimli's hand axe and Sting.
Nice.
Very nice, very heavy. Sword here.
Yeah, full Sting. It doesn't glow, which is kind of upsetting, but
Looks pretty badass in the movie.
it does.
It takes out a fucking spider.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
and I had to.
On your new phone.
That's not my new phone. Still my old
That's
phone.
okay.
Still my old phone. Anyway, James, you have recently started rewatching all these movies. Like within the last year, I think you started watching all these movies all right?
The first time I saw these movies was a little over a year ago, yeah. And I've seen them all the way. Like, I've seen all of them at least 5 or 6 times in the years since
crazy.
I first saw them.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, I do a yearly binge, but like,
Yeah, no.
I binged it very quickly, straight into my veins. Give me Lord of the Rings.
Like, I would never even like. That's like a Star Wars thing. Like,
I do it with Harry Potter.
I mean, a Lord of the Rings extended cut marathon is a weekend, and I know that from experience, because I realized recently, actually when I went to do fellowship with you guys, I realized how damaged the DVDs were from me watching them over and over again.
It's like, I don't remember this part skipping so much.
Yeah. So I was just
I treat it more like almost like a TV show that I'm watching, where like I'll do one movie maybe over 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Like I'll split it up into chunks, and then like the next weekend I'll do the next movie throughout.
It definitely works like a mini series too, especially this one, because there's like 3 main battles that you can just kind of, milestone.
All the highs and lows can very much be segmented.
Yeah. And skipping ahead a little bit, and speaking of, the DVD skipping and stuff, we had to do a double take at one point during the movie. This is when Eowyn is dead.
Oh, yeah. Like, what the fuck was... Yeah, she's like, I'm sorry, father, I let you die. And then all of a sudden, it's like one scene in between, and then she's just dead. Or like dying. And then I had to look it up. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
We thought his, he spliced them together on an edit and put it on, his Plex server, so he thought he didn't... He missed something?
Because the 4Ks, they're so big, I had to split them up. They had to split them on 2 discs.
Yeah.
So I had to, you use MKV Toolnix to, just append them together. Yep. And, so there's, 10 seconds of black in the middle. So I'm thinking, did I just, mess up the file somehow?
No, that was very much just her, losing her immortality, choosing immortal life.
Right.
And, they very much showed it with her leaving the trail of other elves and, the smashing of the pendant, all that.
Yep, didn't get that.
Yeah.
Went right over my head.
No, Eowyn.
Wait,
no,
she dies
Eowyn.
Yeah,
Arwen. Yeah, I got that backwards.
When she, I guess I read it up. I guess she gets when she kills the Witch King.
Yes.
Black breath.
Yeah.
Right.
She gets.
I didn't see that at all.
She takes toxic. She gets. Okay. She gets hurt somehow.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Weird.
Well, I mean,
that was not extreme.
No, that was not.
You stabbed the king of the king of the ring wraiths in the face, and nothing happens to you.
I mean, yeah, he is death. He looked like death.
Yeah, he's got that Martyrdom jacket on.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, he also broke the staff of a demigod, so he's got some oomph behind his.
Well, yeah, he poisoned. Was it him that poisoned Frodo in the first one with the knife?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one who stabs him. Yeah, same one.
All right.
That makes sense.
Let's go to Frodo and Sam. So Frodo and Sam and Gollum all traveling, still trying to get to Mordor.
Yeah.
And what?
Well, this is where my first kind of bit of criticism happened.
Let's hit it.
Yo, their entire story could have been told in 20 minutes. For a trilogy of movies, they were the main character. Mm-hmm. They just it's just this whole movie. I love them, but it's this whole movie is just Frodo's being no, Gollum's all right. Sam, you're stupid. It's no, I hate this stupid freaking this cripple-looking motherfucker. And Gollum's don't hit me again.
Yeah,
and that's the whole movie.
Yeah, I understand it. I do, but
no, it's great. I love Sam and Frodo.
Yeah, I don't like Frodo.
You don't like Frodo?
No.
Now he's got main character syndrome a little bit, but
I'm not a Frodo guy.
To be fair, he is kind of the main character.
Yeah. So it's just how
I prefer Sam.
Typically main characters aren't the most interesting. There's always a supporting character because they can be whatever they want.
What do you mean, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man?
There's exceptions.
Okay. Anyway.
But yeah, so Frodo and Sam and Gollum. So Gollum's still kind of going back and forth. Do I like them? Do I not? Split personality thing.
Yeah.
You spend 500 years with the most evil object on the planet. You're gonna be a little messed up in the head.
Yeah, I mean, after a few days with it, Frodo is already just losing his shit. So
A few days.
Yeah, no.
My God, Lord of the Rings takes place over like a year and a half.
Oh,
Yeah, no, and that's just like
I just forgot that.
No, and that's like, and that's just the Fellowship like forming and like destroying the ring.
Got it.
Not including the fact that ring was sitting in Frodo's house for I think it's like 20 years.
Yeah.
While Gandalf
yes,
At
yeah,
least, yeah.
18
while Gandalf's
years.
confirming that it's the One Ring.
Yep.
So,
How
like,
old is Bilbo? It's like 100. It's 111. What do they? How do
Yeah.
they say it in the book? It's like 111.
Yeah, it's 111th.
11D1 or something. I don't know.
11D1.
something like
Yeah.
Not proper, not English at all, but
Yeah.
English.
English.
But yeah, like they're just walking. You know, they're having a fun time. Well, not really, but
No, they're not having a fun time. I would
mean, by
not say
this-
it's a fun time.
by this point, because Frodo's been so
it's like
much
burning
on-
his
yeah.
neck.
It-
And
it's something I noticed. Like I didn't notice it as a kid or even, as a young adult watching this. Now I'm getting to that old point, but no, like he has full like chain marks in his shoulders. Like
yeah, it's
from the
physically
ring, just
hurting him.
sitting there.
Which I guess that's why it makes sense to have the whole deterioration of Smeagol in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like that's obviously what's going to happen to Frodo if they don't do what they got to do.
Yeah,
And so I know I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but with them specifically, there's a part where
I think we should just go with characters. Like,
Oh,
we
so
just
with
follow
them?
their
Yeah,
journeys
yeah,
through the
okay.
movie, then go back to another set of characters.
so at one point Sam ends up taking the ring for safekeeping.
yes.
And it's really subtle. I'm not sure if like there's a definitive version of it, but it looks like to me you could interpret it like Sam was being affected by the ring and not being pure of soul like he's
Yes.
claiming to be,
Well,
like you would expect.
He was
him.
in the presence of it for a year and a half as well. So like
Right.
he's been
He
near
was-
the energy.
Yeah, he was not directly. I mean, if you look back at Fellowship, the ring was very quickly to affect Boromir, and
Yeah, but he's a
Boromir was only
man.
there for a couple months.
Rip.
Yeah, he's more susceptible.
So, and
Men of hearts corrupt.
yeah, and now it's been Frodo and Sam for a year
Yeah, like they're
chilling
screwed.
with this thing at close proximity,
And with this fucking weird
Yeah.
thing, this guy.
which also has a pile of that magic just sitting on him.
Yeah.
I think their next big scene is the spider, right?
Yeah,
Sheila.
Yeah, the big old
Somewhere around
spider.
And like, it was funny how he wraps him up. or
Dude, he
Frodo
was in
up.
a fucking
Okay.
cocoon.
the one thing that I did write in here, besides a whole bunch of Shelob information, was check for a pulse, you fat stupid hobbit. Because he's just like, he's dead.
He's
Like,
asleep.
You didn't do anything.
His eyes are closed.
You didn't put a hand in front of his mouth to see if there's breath.
Nah.
You didn't
Yeah.
check the neck for a pulse.
Nothing.
You were just like, nope, he's dead.
You know, they're hobbits. They don't have medical, like health care.
No, but you
They don't even have dental.
They're like, if you can't smoke a pipe, you're dead.
Yeah, no, you'd think that he'd just, at least light some pipe smoke and be like,
Lay some pipe.
Oh, he loved this.
Whoa.
the pipe smoke just kind of over the mouth? Nothing. Nothing.
What's like the one that Mary Pippin were like freaking out about at the end of the last one?
The old Toby.
The long bottom leaf.
Longbottom
Very old
leaf.
Toby, yeah.
Yeah.
It's another thing that like it took me this long to realize that like that's a Harry Potter or J.K. Rowling stole it.
Yeah.
For Neville. So, come on, Joan.
Oh,
Joanne.
The one thing I really liked about the spiders, like, yeah, all that silk was like, it was very ropey. It looked like it was like straight rope, but like it,
Yeah.
it looked
it
good.
did hold up Elijah Wood for a minute there.
It did.
They wrap him up, and then the way that he just like plops.
Yeah.
Was it actually him or was it like a dummy?
Oh, it was
It's probably a dummy.
Because it's just like just falls on the ground.
Like, damn, Sam coming in clutch, like slaying that spider away.
now that's the thing. They're not really sure if Shelob is dead. Definitely injured. Definitely doesn't want to be there anymore.
yeah,
Meal's not worth it anymore, but they're not sure if she's dead.
probably not. I wouldn't think so.
But in my random bits of Shelob, she is part demon, part spider.
A demon spider.
Yeah,
That's my nightmare. Actually, no, it's not.
And she's the oldest child of Ungoliant, which was the mother of just a whole lot of monsters. But apparently Shelob's mother ate herself to death.
Huh?
It's like self cannibalism.
Yum.
That's an interesting. Is that wait? Hold on. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
you know how like those CSI shows, you know how they have like the weird cases of the week thing? That would be such a cool episode. But yeah, no, that's really cool. It's like a super extreme Black Widow thing.
Yeah.
Maybe Rings of Power does it in season 2.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Does she fight?
So Shelob kind of has a similar hunger to her mother, where she's, as Smeagol says, always hungry.
Yikes.
I mean, she hasn't gotten to that point yet, but you know, after this, she's like, that's not worth it anymore.
And then they get to Mordor.
I'm just a little confused in because I've only seen these movies technically once all the way through, because I've seen like lots of bits of Fellowship, and I've seen Two Towers. Well, I've seen Two Towers 2 or 3 times at this point, because I think that's my favorite out of the trilogy.
Same.
And then this is the first time. I was under the impression that they already got to Mordor in the second one.
Sorry, they got like to the realm of Mordor, but they weren't like in the heart of it where Mount Doom is.
Okay, because I guess I saw the tower or like the Eye of Sauron.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like Mordor.
Yeah, you definitely like.
There it is.
It's like coming up to the New York City sign and being like New York City, but you're not really in the city limits yet.
Right.
Hey, they someone knocked Gollum down a hole at one point. And I was like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, Frodo did when he was fighting Shelob off as well. Like
I forgot about
that whole sequence.
Yeah,
Just chucked him backwards.
How the fuck does he come back from that? Like, seriously?
Well, I mean,
shut the fuck up. It's not just.
He survived what 500 years.
Yeah, okay, but like
the ring's nearby.
He's like we see with Bilbo.
Big ass plot armor there.
Well, the ring. As long as you're holding on to the ring, I'm not saying you're essentially immortal, but like you're incredibly durable.
He didn't have the ring.
No, but
You're durable.
Smeagol had it for so long.
I guess
that the magic was kind of still holding on to him.
I mean, yeah, because if it wasn't like a wearing off kind of thing, Bilbo would be straight up dead the second he's not touching it.
Yeah,
and that's why when you see at the end of, especially at the end of this, Bilbo is like decrepit old man, because like he doesn't have any of that magic anymore.
Yeah, he's looking 11-1.
Yeah.
Dan, that exact scene when it happened when Gollum got chucked off the cliff, I wrote down. It's like one of the only notes I got was Gollum is to Lord of the Rings like Scrat is to Ice Age. Like, he's just having his little side adventures.
Oh my god!
Get some trouble, and it has some maybe little effects on like the rest of the world around it. But
his nut is the ring.
Now, now I want that animated.
Oh no!
I just want
Pat. You have a job now.
I start drawing like
that's amazing. But the last thing is just them saving Mordor and flowing down a lava bed and getting rescued by the falcon thing.
Eagles.
They were eagles. Okay.
It's interesting how separate Frodo and Sam are just from everybody. Like they have no contact after the first one.
Yeah.
Until until like right at the epilogue, which is interesting because it's like
they didn't even get an update until Faramir's like, I saw him like 2 days ago.
Are we still like doing this, guys?
Like in a few months. Just wanted to make sure you haven't like died or given up yet.
Yeah. Imagine if they died. Like right at like Sam drowns at the end of Fellowship, and then Frodo's like, I don't know what to do without Sam.
Goes over the waterfall after Boromir, like.
And then Aragorn and Gimli and they're all like fighting. It's like, these guys better pull through, man.
The rest of them just spent a year of their life trying to go achieve this goal, and they lost at the fucking start line.
All right, let's move on to Aragorn. Let's move on to him.
Yeah.
So him and who else was he with? He was with
he's with Gimli and Legolas mainly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Gandalf for a good chunk of this movie was with them. And so was Theoden.
I like him.
Yeah, Theoden's fun.
For somebody who's not exactly like an iconic character, I really like him, and like he, you know what I mean, because he's just like the decrepit king, which I love that whole like bit with Wormtongue and stuff. And then he's just like, I'm just trying to do what's best for my peoples, and like, I picked up something between Gondor and Rohan. Do they have kind of like a rivalry or like a tension there?
I mean, the Steward of Gondor is kind of a dick.
Well, no, yeah, that makes sense. Because look at him.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Eating away while people are dying.
So I'm just saying, like, if the kingdoms of man are meeting up at any point,
yeah,
Denethor's just shitting on them.
All right. James, tell us about the ghosts.
I just want to bring up about Theoden real quick. The actor that plays him, he is the only person to appear in 2 of the only 3 movies that have won a certain amount of Oscars that I don't want to spoil if that's part of your trivia later.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah, I know.
And man, we're gonna get through all this trivia before.
Yeah, we're
Well, there's a really good trick question in there that I think you guys aren't going to be able to get.
Okay. Well, keep going, James. So
Oh, that was it. Just that guy, the guy who plays Theoden.
Okay.
He was in 2 of the 3 movies. Titanic being the other one. He was the captain.
Okay.
now.
Oh,
It was something the first time we see the that little trio with Gandalf and Theoden. It was the death of Saruman.
yeah.
And
I know the whole backstory with that.
Yeah. And it's just one of my favorite things is just Peter Jackson's like, all right, so this is how death goes. And Christopher Lee's like, no,
It's like,
I'll tell you how it goes. Yes, sir.
Aye. Yeah. So James, tell us about the ghosts. That's where we're going next.
The ghosts. What
ghost
should I tell you about the ghosts? The ghosts.
Tell me how we use them.
Well, that's the first time I noticed that I thought the movie was fucking with us and it skipped because it shows Aragorn going into the tomb or whatever and being like, "Hey, you guys got to do this for me," and they're all like, "No."
No.
Yeah.
And then the next scene is that he can summon them. So I just didn't. There's a scene missing from.
Well,
No.
they didn't. No, there's no scene missing there. They didn't say no. They just kind of disappeared vaguely.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing came tumbling down around them, and they escaped. And you could almost say that it was like a test of their mettle, their grit, to see if they could get out of there. They were worthy for them to be led by them. And then they escape. They get out, and then next thing you know, the pirates show up. The Haradrim. No, wait, those aren't the Haradrim, are they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
And then the ghosts show up. Yay!
Yeah. And I
ghosts.
think in the theatrical cut, it's different. So
Yeah, the theatrical, and this was something, even as a kid, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, they just show up.
Yeah, the theatrical cut is just, they just kind of fade into nothingness. And the next time you see all of them, they're just coming off the boats. Like,
Just
there's
where'd you get the boats, guys?
there's no
it cuts like right to that.
yeah, there's no Aragorn sitting there going, "Yep, you're not going any further than this," and Gimli messing up the shot. None of that. It's
You and what
It's just-
army?
That's where that scene starts. That's the start of part 2. So I always have it in my brain because I had to rewatch it 3 or 4 times. Like that whole scene where it's just like, we want this boat, and they're like, nah, and then Legolas is like aiming, and then I just remember Gimli being like, "Mind your aim,"
Yeah.
and he whacks him. And, that guy didn't do anything, he just gets pierced.
God, I love Gimli.
but yeah, no, I mean, Gimli and Legolas are just
Yeah.
in this series are the two kings of fuck that guy in particular.
I love they're keeping their scores in the last
yeah.
battle. That's the
I'm
best
kind of
part.
upset that Legolas really didn't do too much in this one, but
He didn't too much. He took down an Oliphant single-handedly.
Okay, yeah, that's one thing. He did one thing.
No. It took out it took an entire cavalry to drop 2 of those things.
Yeah, yeah,
Of 6,000
okay.
men.
Yeah.
And Legolas is like, hold my beer.
I
Also-
meant throughout the whole movie, he didn't do too much except for right
have to.
here.
You drop an elephant by yourself, you win.
There's also the thing
Slide
weren't you-
down the trunk like a badass.
I think it was either Pat or James in the last one. They said you said this is like a weekend for Legolas because
Yeah.
he's lived so long. He's
Yeah.
like this,
Yeah.
he's
fucking
going out
weekend.
for milk, man.
Yeah,
This
no,
is-
he just. Listen, he's had enough of this weekend.
he's just
Return of the King is him being like, you know what? Sunday is for me to rest up.
I want to go home and curl up with a good book.
Yeah,
Frodo just wrote this one book I want to read.
yeah, exactly. That came out the next week for him.
Wow, that was quick, guys. I invented the printing press.
So that's pretty much their story until the Blackgate battle at the very end.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Right.
we can keep going with Aragorn. So yeah, let's get to that then. So he's at the battle, right?
Sorry. This is just bringing up another one of my fun facts. So, problematic, wonderful, terrible man Harvey Weinstein had a
Boy.
good old rubber terrible mitt in this movie.
Oh boy.
And it was later confirmed by a bunch of the actors, not by Peter Jackson or any of the directors. An orc was modeled after him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, I want you guys to just think for like a half second about this movie.
Oh,
I
was it
think
the,
I can guess which
I think
one.
I know.
Yeah. Do
It's
you
the
guys know-
big
Is it the
fat one that starts running, right? And like tears
No.
him down.
No,
Is it the one that almost gets crushed by the
Yeah.
boulder flung from Gondor?
Yeah, it's the general orc. The one with the mutilated hand.
Big old slumpy face.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
see
also
that.
want to point out that orc was killed after it chased down Eowyn.
Nice.
Oh.
And it wasn't just like a little kill. No, Aragorn came out of nowhere,
Yeah.
cut him
Oh,
across
yeah,
the back. Gimli catches him in the face, and then Aragorn cuts his throat.
Predicted the future.
Yeah, no. I'm just like,
Yeah. Screw
man.
the Simpsons. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just sitting there like, oh man, Aragorn's the real hero of this movie.
Yeah.
I thought like that orc was like, I thought he was like a character like in the books. Was he like a name? He's just some guy?
He was
Just some guy,
generated
bro.
for the movie to be like, hey, Harvey.
Wait, hold on. Was it? No, this was New Line. Or was it owned by, did Miramax own it?
I think that I just know that he was trying to do some.
He might have been yeah.
Yeah, I just know that Harvey Weinstein was
that-
trying to do some stuff.
Because I definitely remember the backstory with New Lines, because obviously House That Freddy Built, and then Peter Jackson was supposed to write, I think, Nightmare on Elm Street 5. And then he's like, yeah, we don't want you, but then maybe this like stupid Lord of the Rings thing,
Yeah.
you take that.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, but it was confirmed by a bunch of. I think it was by the Hobbits.
Yeah.
Like those four were just like, yes, no, we are not going to say too much. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Here it is.
I mean, yeah, who wouldn't want to do that? Like your boss is.
Yeah, you have a problematic boss. You're making a big movie, and you're like, you know what? That guy is him. Kill him.
What happens? next?
So what about my favorite team, by the way, Merry and Pippin?
Yeah,
All
get
right,
Split
all
up
right.
this movie.
Yeah, they
They get
do
split up for most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, it's so sad. They love each other.
Pippin's with Gandalf for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
'cause
love-
he touched the freaking orb. I forget the name of it.
Yes. Oh my God, the fucking orb, dude.
Just remember the meme that
Palantir,
that
yeah.
came from there. Like,
Palantir, yeah.
It was just like me, like 12 years old. My parents told me not to go on the internet for porn. And then it's just like,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now, it was something I did notice on this watch through. Mary's the only one who doesn't have any like direct interaction with Sauron.
Okay.
huh?
I didn't know.
Because
Yeah.
Pippin's rocking the Palantir to the face.
Yeah, yeah.
Frodo and Sam both carry the ring at one point.
Gandalf
Mary-
obviously
yeah.
knows the.
Mary's the only one who's out of the hobbits who's just like, yep, this is a trip.
He makes up for it by stabbing the Witch King in the leg.
Oh, he
Yeah,
does.
That's
Yeah. It was him.
Yeah, that's Merry. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Merry.
he distracts the Witch King so Eowyn could kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering, like, how does she, but I always thought, like, at least when I was reading the book, I'm only halfway through the Fellowship, so don't hurt me. But
It's a slow. It's slow. I understand.
so much singing and so much Tom Bombadil.
Yes.
I always got the impression that Mary was kind of the most mature and just like knew a lot more than everybody, maybe other than Frodo. But like definitely between Mary and Pippin, like
Oh,
Mary's
God.
the one who knows
yeah,
more.
No. Pippin's the idiot that you can convince to do anything, and Mary's like, jump.
I like his little arc where he wants to because he's kind of in the same boat with Eowyn, which is like, women in hobbits because not strong enough to fight in battles.
Yeah.
Like I can prove myself, and then Eowyn's like, yeah, fucking come here. Like, he's like, ooh, we're going. Are we going camping?
Yes. Worst camping trip ever.
Going to the video store?
And Pippin kind of does the same exact thing while he's on his own self. by immediately offering up his service to Denethor. He also wants to prove himself, help out his friends, do whatever he can. They both, even though they're apart, they're acting in the exact same way, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
say.
Mary even does the same thing Pippin does, but to Theoden.
Yeah. And then who tells him like fuck off? I think is it Aragorn?
No,
I don't.
That's
Eomer tells him, like,
yes.
at the camp, he talks to Eowyn
Carl
about how a hobbit has
Yes.
no place on the battlefield. That's what you're talking about.
Right. Which
Yeah.
okay, when Eowyn is like on the battlefield, Carl Urban.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He
That-
fucking gave it his all.
Yeah.
What was that? It was just so out of nowhere.
Dude,
like,
he just fucking.
yo.
He put so much passion into that role that when he was cast in Thor, he couldn't put any passion into it. He just had to be an idiot.
Yep.
Wait, what? He's in Thor?
Yeah.
Carl Urban?
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Ragnarok.
Oh,
Machine
The
guns.
Scourge.
I was thinking the first one.
Scourge, yeah.
I'm just like,
Oh,
Scourge.
yeah.
like Ray Stevenson was the.
Yeah, no.
And now he's just in his I don't give a fuck phase with the
Yeah.
boys. I love it.
It's great.
I'm here for it.
That was my favorite like bit at the end of a Gen V.
Yeah.
There's just a
Oh my
bunch
God,
of
yeah.
I am
cunts.
not there yet, if this is spoilers.
No, he
No.
just says what a bunch of cunts. That's all he says.
Yeah, I don't even know where
Hey.
he goes in somewhere. I don't even know where
What
it is.
episode are you on, James? 4 or 5?
5, 6.
Okay. You're almost there. You're almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It's very much
I loved it.
another property to me, especially at the end. But
I don't even care. I fucking
It's
loved
felt like that so far, but I do like it. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's really good, and like the end of it is really game changing for like the rest of the universe. Like they really made it like essential viewing for like the show. So they probably should have marketed it out a little more.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Oh well, the whole thing with Denethor and just
yet
say you're
again.
suicidal. Like
Yet again, had to make a note because Sam checking on not checking Frodo's pulse happens very shortly next to Denethor not checking Faramir's pulse.
Pippin is literally like he's breathing.
Yeah, so I have,
What are you doing?
so hang on, where's my notes? Oops, hang on, where's my exact note? Okay, in my notes it says check for pulse, and it's check for pulse, you stupid fat hobbit, and right below it is check for a pulse, you stupid sloppy steward.
Good.
There's no reason though. Like he's like, I love my son so much.
We're gonna burn together,
But not that son.
Yeah,
He doesn't love that son so much.
Yeah,
He
Faramir.
really
I feel
doesn't
bad
care
for
if
him.
I genuinely think Denethor did not care if Faramir
No.
was alive or not. It wasn't until like the very end when he slowly starts opening his eyes. He's like, wait, this is dumb, but that's because he's also on fire at that point.
Yes.
And then jumps off a cliff.
Now,
I saw a meme, by the way, the other day, and if you think about it, just how far Denethor had to run while on fire.
Oh yeah,
You see him start
Yeah,
running at
yeah,
the
I
very
was
beginning
talking to
and
Danny about
engulfs
this.
in flames.
Like,
And he has to run all the way back up that bridge to the castle,
Yep.
through the castle, all the way off that courtyard thing to the edge.
he's got to
dude,
run like three.
like,
he's
there's
gotta,
no
it's gotta
way.
be 3 football fields. Like
there's like no fucking way. No.
Yeah.
No, he would have dropped easily.
well, he also was wearing that big fur.
Nah.
Like I'm not saying that would get him the whole way, but that definitely got him over the bridge.
Over the bridge, off the cliff.
I didn't say to the cliff. I just said over the bridge. He definitely dies in that courtyard, but like,
Yeah.
Well, I see him tripping on the on the coat. It's so
well,
long
it's burning,
too.
so like,
Wouldn't that be funny? Oh,
wham.
it's tripped too close. Oh.
All right. Anything else on Denethor? or-
Yeah.
Well, he's gross, and I hate him.
well, yeah,
I
but
love to hate him.
that is true. It's
Oh
great
my
hating
God.
him.
Yeah.
But it was something that I had missed when I first read Lord of the Rings, and then found a little while ago, and then double checked. I'm pretty sure I double checked it. I don't remember, but it's thought, and it was kind of hinted at a little bit, that Denethor also had a Palantir, which explains why he was so paranoid. Because if he's been watching the plans of Sauron and Saruman,
Yeah, because he'd be like, "Oh, yo, these guys are doing."
but the thing is it's also kind of hinted at that Sauron knew that he had one. So he's just feeding him false information, making him paranoid and crazy.
Oh, I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, because the Palantir it's.
Can he like show like a version of the future?
I mean,
So,
that's what he does with Aragorn.
Oh, okay. So he's like, wait, so then you can just do anything then? Like, why wouldn't you? That be like your go-to move
Yeah.
for like fucking anybody?
Yeah, that's why they're not trustworthy. But yet Denethor is just like, oh, it's trustworthy. It's fine. I've seen things. Yeah, man, you've seen things.
From the enemy?
Yeah. There's a few lines, but for the movie, it's mostly just a few lines that kind of hint that he's seeing more than just what spies could be giving him. But it's nothing too concrete.
Who are his spies?
Just random Gondorians that are sneaky enough to.
So like, there's no orcs that are like switching sides or anything like that.
I don't know.
So it's
I mean, that was
fuzzy.
mostly done for like Shadow of Mordor stuff.
I was just about to say Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
Gandalf. We haven't really talked too much about him.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
Just chilling.
You know,
Now,
his whole thing already happened in the second one.
Yeah.
Another reason why I like that one the most. Because this one's more Aragorn's movie, I'd say.
yeah, but
It is the return of the king.
Yeah, it is.
Does anybody like believe him? Like, I know he's got the sword to prove to the
Well,
ghosts and
it's
shit.
it's not just the sword, but it's the ring too.
But, like just not a crazy magic ring.
No, it's a ring that is
So it's
that has been passed down the
it's like
kings
a family
of,
ring.
Yeah, passed down the kings of Gondor.
So what if like like why can't just a guy beat him up and take his stuff? Like,
I mean, it's a very yeah. I mean, you probably because someone could do that, but
I'm sorry, it's Aragorn. Nobody could do that.
yeah, right.
yeah, that's very.
Oh no, it's Strider.
Oh, yeah.
But no, this was something because there was a whole series of scenes, and I don't remember if they were in the theatrical cut or if it was just an extended cut thing. But it's just a whole series of scenes from Frodo sending Sam off on the stairs,
Yeah.
Faramir riding to his death, Pippin singing for Denethor, that whole thing. And it just ends with Gandalf sitting in just like an alley that is just empty. And I'm like, this is this whole movie. Like, it's just this small series of scenes just for the one bit of music. And I'm like, I'm going to cry now. Like,
The best music video.
yeah.
Just in the middle of the movie.
It's just the whole thing ends with Gandalf sitting there in just like this empty, desolated
Yeah.
alleyway of Gondor, and it's like, oh,
Yeah, they're definitely getting the tone across.
yeah, they nailed
Speaking
it.
of that song, pissed me off when Pippin was like, when Denethor asked Pippin, "Oh, can you sing?" Is like, not songs worthy of halls like these. Then Denethor was like, "I don't give a shit, sing." And then he sings the most beautiful song that's
Yeah,
perfectly
yeah,
made for a
exactly.
hall.
I've
like
never been
these.
more conflicted.
Yeah. What are you talking about, Pippin? That was beautiful.
At least he didn't bust out, the green dragon there. That would have been weird, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything comes to a head.
Final
And
battle.
I like that they think that Frodo died.
Yeah, honestly.
and then
Well,
you
they
can-
haven't seen him for like over a year. You know what I mean?
Which is to be the funniest thing ever.
And then, so yeah, they show the mithril up, and it's like essentially like, yeah, Frodo's dead. There's no way they got this expensive piece of mithril armor that is unique, one of a kind. They have him. Here he is. Let's give it our final stand because we're fucked.
Where did they get it from?
oh, they got it off of Frodo.
Yeah, they
'Cause
captured him.
Frodo
Shelob
got he
stung
got-
him.
Yep, the orcs picked him up,
Oh,
and
And they took him back into the camp, and then Sam saves him. He takes out 3 freaking orcs single-handedly, like the badass he is, and he took out Shelob. Well, at least incapacitated her.
Yeah,
no, I remember.
And then they walk out of there. They disguise themselves as orcs. They blend in with the army. They wind up part of the army for a little bit. Yeah.
Now, I will say, while watching them dress up like orcs, I had a bit of a Star Wars moment
Yeah,
where I'm like, pretty small for an orc there, aren't you?
I mean that's standard though across like a lot of fantasy.
Yeah.
I mean, Rebels did it, fucking every other episode.
Oh yeah, just throw on their armor. They won't know. Nails it.
It's like it's children dressed as full-grown soldiers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ezra did do that a lot.
He did it again in Ahsoka.
Yep, he did it in Ahsoka as well.
Dave, come up with a different thing.
No, it works all the time.
fine.
It's literally been done
fine.
since the first one.
Let it happen.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of this movie. Like, it's great that it's extended for like the big fans of it because you get more context. But yeah, this didn't need to be this long.
No, it did not need to be the 4 hours, but like the boat scene definitely needed to be there.
Crucial things are taken out of the theatrical, from what I hear.
Yeah, like the boat thing is not there. That needs to be there. It's like,
at
least show Aragorn standing on the thing. You don't have to shoot. You don't have to have the whole, archer, the guy getting shot. But like, at least have Aragorn standing there going, "You'll not enter Gondor," and then just ghosts. Like, just to show the ghosts getting on the ship. That takes 2 minutes. Like, that's okay for a runtime. Yeah, we already sat there 3.5 hours. Give us the 2 minutes.
Yeah,
honestly.
From what I hear, I think the theatrical doesn't really have too much of Elrond and Arwen, or almost entirely cut out.
Yeah,
there's not much for them to do like at this point in the story because like they're just chilling.
Yeah, the forging is a little bit longer for the extended stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, all they essentially do is just provide motivation.
You can do it, Aragorn. I believe in you.
And I guess guidance when Elrond's like, "Oh, go get some ghosts."
Yeah.
So you were talking about Shelob has her mom.
Yeah,
was the demon and controlling a bunch of other monsters?
No, she was like the mother of monsters.
Right. So, but that's such cool stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't we? This is a thing across all genres.
Especially with Lord of the Rings, there's multiple ages. This is very much like the third age.
Why can't we see that cool shit?
But Shelob's mom was the first age.
Right. Well, no, I know. It's just like if you're gonna do like Lord of the Rings, like Rings of Power. Because I heard they made up a lot of stuff, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just do what's,
Yeah.
House of the Dragon's doing it, and they're doing it really well so far. But
I do have in my notes, that's how you do a battle Game of Thrones. Because there are so many times where like
I can see it.
No, it's not even that I can see it. It's the music cuts. It's just sounds.
Yeah.
You're just watching people get murdered. Mm-hmm. And it's like, this is amazing. Mm-hmm. If Game of Thrones had just done this for like a little bit, 2 minutes.
Well, I think they did it a little like in Blackwater. Like that's a good one. And so is the Watchers on the Wall. But after, like, I was
literally saying at work today, I'm like, if that one fight, the
long night.
Yeah. If that fight had done well, I would have watched the series.
Oh, you haven't watched any of it?
No.
Oh.
Because I read 950 pages of the first book and said, "Nah, this is stupid."
Wait, hold on. Did you get to the part?
Oh no, I read 950 pages out of 1,000. There are 50 pages left in that book, and I said, "No, I'm done."
Damn. Well, because you already know the big thing.
Yeah. No. So I was just like, I don't care about this series. And then like as the series is coming out, I'm like, okay, if it can impress me, I'll watch it. And then there's that huge hype train. I'm like, oh, cool. If this goes well, I'll watch it. It didn't go well, and I went, no, this is stupid.
Yeah. I think it was like, in my opinion, I think it had one of the best 4-season runs in the history of television. But after that, like, because they ran out of material, obviously everybody knows this.
And also, like, yet again, Helm's Deep was done at night.
Crazy.
I know.
Crazy.
And it's the best. And it's still like the best fight in Lord of the Rings. And
there's a moon right there.
Yeah.
That could be your backlight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just like, where's the music coming from?
Yeah.
You just,
Danny loves to complain about that.
And then I got shit on for criticizing it again with like how they just turned day for night.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, the moon is in the. You can't see anything.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, even Scorsese did it in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Right. It's just like, why? Just do a reshoot. You have the money. I know you do.
It probably was a reshoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it at night. It's supposed to be in script.
Or at least give me enough torchlight to at least see some of the action in pieces.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't even give me that. So be like,
it's just a thing now.
Impressive.
Like cinematographers, they're using this high quality HDR equipment where it's made to be watched in a pitch black room, and I was watching The Bad Batch on this set, and the lights, every light was off, and it was just like, I think it was like 4 p.m. So there's still a little light out.
Yeah.
I couldn't see the TV.
Yeah.
It was so dark.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Sure, they want people to come to the movies, experience it in a theater. But like, you gotta think of like streaming. You gotta think of all that kind of stuff as well.
Yet again, like the way they do special effects for Lord of the Rings is the reason why it's going to hold up for.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the way it has held up,
it still holds up today. Like,
yeah,
the Harvey Weinstein orc looked. It was all practical. It looked great.
Yeah.
Just do that more.
And its death scene was amazing.
Yeah.
Even though it was cut from the theatrical.
Oh, that should have been left. Maybe because Harvey Weinstein saw it and he's like, this guy kind of looks like me.
Yeah, no. Just cut it from the theatrical. It'll be fine.
All right. Do we want to talk about the final battle, or do you want to talk about the epilogue a little bit? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I love the final battle.
All right,
for one particular moment.
Okay.
To me, it's the most emotional moment in the movie for me, more so than the "you bow to no one" thing at the end. We'll get to that.
That's fantastic too.
But when they all think Frodo's dead, they're oh my god, last hope. Like, let's just go out with a bang. And then Aragorn's like, for Frodo, and they all shout for Frodo. And then Aragorn starts running ahead. And what gets me is seeing Merry and Pippin running ahead, leading the charge faster than anyone else there. Obviously, they get overtaken very quickly because of their tiny little feet. But they are the first people to run out there, even though they are undoubtedly the first people that would die in a battle.
Yep. Oh, 100%.
And they do not care. They are there for their friend to the end. They are the real ride or die.
The real G's, man. Real G's.
Yeah, that part gets me, to seeing them run.
Hell yeah.
Like the second
friendship.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's really touching, and especially I was tearing up a little bit at the for Frodo thing, because Aragorn didn't really like them at first, Yeah,
they were just
stupid.
stupid.
Like, fuck off, Yeah,
they were just stupid, and he's like, they're gonna die quick.
And he thought they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and like that was a really cool, like the shot of him where he's just like, and he turns, he's like in like all this new armor and stuff. Yeah,
and I didn't realize how much I appreciate like the Mouth of Sauron there, the guy who rides out and is taunting them with this massive helmet, these disgusting teeth.
I remember hearing about something about there's no description of him in the book or something. Yeah. And then they had to just come up with it. It's like, make him have really bad teeth.
Yeah, but it still works.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Like that matches the deception that the whole Sauron's whole getting a hold of somebody and doing all that stuff. Like,
plus the way they shot it as well, it was just his mouth, just a close up of the mouth. Not even his eyes were in the frame,
it still
or what
gives
would have been his eyes.
Fun fact: they switched out a shot of his mouth with Denethor's mouth eating a piece of chicken.
I believe you.
Finger licking good. All right.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the battle. Well, so is the last battle the one with Eowyn? I'm no man, or is that the middle battle?
That's the
middle.
Yeah, no.
That one. Okay, so I know. I'm gonna go on this rant for a second.
Yeah,
the Endgame girl power scene, kind of cringy. The Infinity War one, I didn't mind. I thought it was really well done. I can't explain the real differences. I think maybe because it paused the movie less.
Yeah.
This scene, way back in 2003, perfectly done.
Oh yeah,
like I haven't that's what the cheer girl power scene should be.
Yeah. No. She just pulls that helmet off. I am no man. Wham!
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Badass.
Nailed it.
Badass.
Also, I love that it's a technicality kill, because like you're looking at magic, and magic can be real, like in other forms of media, magic can be really wordy as far as like how to counter it. And he's been saying for 3 movies now, I can be killed by no man.
Right? They pulled a Macbeth.
Right? You're not killed by a man.
Ironic.
Yeah, that was the thing from Macbeth. I'm like, how can't be born of woman? A cesarean.
Yeah.
Like there's Which that pisses me off. Small rant. I was listening to a podcast about X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Before?
This has nothing. There's nothing to do with anything we're talking about. But I just got to get this out. You know who the person who's in that movie who plays? I think his name's Wraith. You know who it is?
Oh.
It's Will I Am.
Yeah.
Just call yourself William. Jesus Christ!
All right. Get off your soapbox.
I'm irrationally angry about that.
So irrationally
or like to be a little more creative. Instead of putting periods, do like Will instead of like the first dot, make it a comma. You know, Will I am.
I am.
Speaking of irrationally angry, Joe called me at work today at like 2:30. He's like, I am so irrationally mad right now because Age of Civ just came out with an update recently for a DLC. And since they had nobody to voice it during the strike, they had an AI voice stuff. And it sounds so weird. Joe's like, what the fuck? This is not what I want. He was like so irrationally mad at it. And I'm just like, bro, calm down. It's fine. He's like, no, this is not okay.
Would you like to conquer the
Dude,
civilization?
it was literally something just like that. Oh my God. I was like, okay, I'm going to go back
It's
to work.
the Stephen Hawking computer voice.
Jesus.
Anyway,
How could
so
you have done this?
how would the what am I saying? The Mount Doom, they dropped the ring in there, and like I know that they said in the first one that the only the fires of Mount Doom can destroy it. I forgot about it for a second because like obviously Gollum falls with the ring, and then he's like gets burnt up and shit. But I'm thinking like, oh, that's kind of cool that it's not burning up. So like, you know, it's still effectively taking it out of the game because it's just in Mount Doom. Who's going to go down there and grab it?
Well, no, it burns up.
Yeah, I saw it after.
It just sits there on a slightly cooled piece of lava for a second for theatrical, which is
Pause.
which is a great shot.
Yeah.
It is.
I think I need to get another moving desktop of just that ring, just sitting there.
Yeah, it's like that everything that we were trying to do for what 10 hours.
Yeah,
Roughly.
You saw the meme. I know you've seen the meme. Probably like summarize a movie badly in one sentence.
Yeah.
It's like a group of men spends 9 hours returning jewelry.
yeah.
Yes, I've seen that. But yeah, so all that happens, and then we're in the epilogue. And
Which one?
The 50-minute epilogue.
dude, I swear this
Which
was going
one?
to end 6 different times.
Yeah, no. I still think it. I'm like, okay, this is ending number one. Nope, that's ending number 3. Got
The
it.
only one I really want to talk about personally is, you know, the one with Bilbo going on the ship and out in there.
Yeah.
It's a total metaphor for fucking death, but it was really...
That one also,
it is.
Well, it's their afterlife. That's the elven
Yes,
afterlife.
it is. Yes.
So, like-
Only elves should be able to access, but they're
Yeah, I was gonna
inviting
say.
Yeah.
Gandalf, Frodo, and Bilbo to join them.
Yeah, it was
Well,
very...
You guys
very
will like
touching.
come along. Like,
Well, Gandalf's a demigod, which possibly is a
Yeah.
higher ranking in the
Yeah.
whole thing. So like,
Yeah.
Gandalf probably could get there himself. It's just easier with the
VIP.
elves.
They'll just wait around a few 100,000 years and
Yeah.
they'll get
Bilbo
there.
he's just a hobbit though.
Well,
the hobbit, but
the reason why Bilbo, Sam, and because Sam eventually does go, but the reason why Bilbo, Sam, and Frodo are able to go is because they were ring bearers.
okay.
bear?
Well, technically,
Ring bear?
yes.
The ring bear. That's the worst season.
Ring bear. No, fuck off. That's so funny.
I hate it so much.
I know.
Well, Billy Zabka is the only shining light in that season.
Take it easy.
Absolutely.
Take it easy.
So my favorite epilogue scene, I guess you want to call it, memes or like memes aside, is the my friends do you bow to no one. That's obviously like my favorite one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh god.
The meme, but the one where like Frodo wakes up,
Yeah.
and then they all come and Gandalf, Sam, Gimli,
Pippin.
Ed,
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing. They spent 9 hours like chilling. Like we're all on the same team.
Like the thing is like
That
100%.
guy.
it's like he's
100%.
such a coworker, like
100%.
in
Yeah,
a
like-
different department.
Yeah.
Like they spent like 4 months together.
Yeah.
They did. They really did. They know each other. They've talked. They've done all the things. But when you do watch the movies, it's just Orlando Bloom goes, and my bow. And the next thing he says is, hi. What?
Dude.
great.
That's so funny, dude. But yeah,
that scene was basically my favorite meme I've ever seen from Lord of the Rings, where, like you just said, it's Lord of the Rings, but only when Frodo and Legolas talk to each other, and it's "and you have my bow," and then bam, credits play.
Yeah.
And there was another one of that where it was the Bechdel test version, where it was Lord of the Rings, but only when a woman talks to a woman, another woman that's not about a man.
Oh my God, yeah.
And it's when the little girl in Two Towers, little girl gets to the Rohan town. I forget the name of the town. And then she just says, "Where's mom?" And then again, that's it.
Yeah, it's just like, "Where's mommy?" It's like, "Oh, shh, shh, shh."
That's the only
Credits.
time a woman talks to another woman in the entire series.
Yep.
oh man,
Yeah.
I didn't like the whoever came. Well, her name's Bechtel, right?
Yeah.
Didn't she? She said that she came up with it as a joke, right?
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean-
just funny.
And I mean, just looking at the Bechdel test, my favorite passing, like technicality passing of the Bechdel test is Jurassic Park, because all the dinosaurs are female. And it's just one of those things where I'm like, well, that passes. They definitely win.
All right.
Oh, like when the Velociraptor.
Yeah. No, I will say, now there's just a few things that I have also written down. Book, movie difference. The big one is there's no fight for the Shire.
Oh.
For the books, big spoiler for you, bud. The orcs, a small part of Sauron's army, took over the Shire. So the hobbits are like, it's nice to get home. Shit.
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked in the context of these movies, I don't think.
Yeah, no. Can you imagine the four hobbits come up? Oh, it's good to be home. And all of a sudden there's just like a pile of orcs just like, burn it down, start the fires.
And then it just fades to black, and then up comes a title screen that says, "The Lord of the Rings, The Revenge of the Hobbits comes to theaters next."
Frodo will return.
That's if it came out now. Yeah.
But also, there's a small group of, I'm going to say, psychopaths who are currently trying to get all of the footage that was recorded for Lord of the Rings.
Oh boy.
Which
That's hundreds of hours probably.
which bumps the playtime of the movies to like 16 hours.
Jeez. Who has the time?
Yeah, but the thing is a lot of
You're
those.
making a supercut of the MCU.
Just okay. Well, I stopped after Endgame.
Got history in there.
God.
But one of the things that I do remember was talked about and has been kind of shown a little bit online is Aragorn originally did not fight the cave troll.
Oh,
Like you see him fighting a
who
troll
did?
throughout the end of the movie, but he was actually supposed to be fighting like a semi-holographic Sauron
Oh,
for the movie.
AI Sauron. All right.
so
Well,
they have.
they didn't complete it, so like it was half CG'd.
So they had like a representation of what he would look like and stuff.
Yeah, it would basically be like a repeat of Isildur fighting Sauron, but Aragorn winning to kind of show that man triumph.
That's cool. Oh,
But they realized it was kind of not worth it for the movie. So they're
Right.
like, well, we have all this fighting of Aragorn. What are we going to put a troll? The troll will cover all of that up.
yeah. So I had to kind of like I don't think it's a plot hole. It's probably very explainable, but I was under the impression that the Isildur's sword was unmendable, and then the elves are like, yeah, they probably need this, and then just
That's very much one of those things where it's like Gondor could not reforge that sword,
yeah.
but elves have magic. So they're just like, tink, fixed it.
Yeah, we good. Oh wait,
Fix it, Felix.
wait. So when they get to the House of Elrond, the sword's there.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they reforge it there?
Like,
Or was that a flashback
Yeah, Elrond reforges it.
while they're there?
No, while they're not there. Like,
Oh, how does Aragorn
He
get
brings it to
Elrond brings it to
Aragorn at the camp right before the battle.
right
I must have missed that.
Right
I thought
before he runs down the hallway, into the mountains.
oh, that's when but that makes sense. Okay.
Elrond is like, we got something for you.
Yeah, and he's like I thought he was gonna like hit Hugo Weaving in the face with it.
Yeah.
It's so big.
Yeah, it's a big
And
sword.
then right then is when Elrond also explains how he needs the sword to command the undead army of the ghosts.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, when he gives him the sword.
I see.
It's fresh because I watched it like an hour ago.
All right.
That's the whole movie.
All right. So before we rate it, do you want trivia?
Sure. So maybe we'll try out the first couple.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Which distant planet's largest moon has all of its mountains named after mountains in The Lord of the Rings? If you,
I know
Are you
there's a
digging?
mountain called Gundabad in Lord of the Rings, but that's it.
it's which distant planet's largest moon has
Yeah, no,
all of
I-
its mountains named. So like the mountains on this planet
yeah, okay.
are named after Lord of the Rings, not the other way around.
Gotcha.
Lord of the Rings came first.
Yes.
Is it A, Saturn, B, Mars, C, Venus, or D, Mercury? This might
You know what?
be
I have a
question.
guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess Venus.
That's what I was thinking too.
Both Venus? You're both fucking wrong.
Oh, of course.
Damn.
A, Saturn.
Saturn.
Yeah, see,
Yeah. I don't know why.
I didn't
So-
think.
I don't know. I bet Stephen Colbert would get it.
Yeah, I know, probably.
Oh my God, I
Okay,
laughed so hard.
So there is there's a small group of people who like Lord of the Rings and a small people that like Dropout TV that want a actually, which is a whole bunch of slightly false statements and just getting corrections on it of Stephen Colbert, Brendan Lee Mulligan, and then this one random TikTok guy who's like, I know everything about Lord of the Rings. And it's like, please give me that.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I need to look cool at parties.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Danny.
True or false? Steven Spielberg was asked to direct Fellowship in 1992, but was unable to because of scheduling conflicts with Jurassic Park and Schindler's List, filming the same year. True or false?
I'll ding ding and say true.
Yeah, true.
False. He was
Over
asked, but the project wasn't in early development until 1997. That's the trick one.
Damn.
Okay.
This one will be a little easier, I think.
Dick.
Which actor turned down the role of Gandalf because he didn't understand the script? Was it A, Harvey Keitel, B, Harrison Ford, or C, Donald Sutherland, or D, Sean Connery?
I don't even know.
I think I
I'm going to go with Donald Sutherland.
yeah, I think it's Sean, right?
It's Sean Connery.
Was Sean Connery?
Yeah. So
Harrison
everyone's-
Ford
Sean
though is like a
Connery.
good trick answer because like he's known for just not giving a shit and just going.
Well, I mean,
like slapping women.
I'm pretty sure one of his James
Like, tips
Bond,
now.
one of his James Bond scenes is literally just basically, "Will you sleep with me? No. Will you sleep with me? No. Will you sleep with me? Yes.
But
Finally."
Are you sure? All right. Who was originally supposed to play Aragorn? Was it A, Russell Crowe, B, Hugh Jackman, C, Chris Temporino, or D, Nicolas Cage?
Fuck wrote that?
Me.
Why?
It's funny.
What were the first two again? Because I'm too busy laughing at the last two.
Is it A, Russell Crowe, B, Hugh Jackman, C, Chris Temporino, or D, Nicolas Cage?
I feel like it's Jackman.
I'm gonna go A and say the other one. That you
Russell
just said.
Crowe?
Oh my god, Russell Crowe. Yeah.
You guys are both wrong again. It's Nicolas Cage, believe it or not.
God, how many movies was he supposed to be in and then just said, "Nah, we shouldn't"? This one,
Busy
Superman.
with my other one.
I would have loved to see him as Superman. That was so fucking cool. True or false? The Hobbit has sold more copies than The Lord of the Rings.
True.
True.
That is correct. You
guys both have
you
one
get
correct
1 point.
answer.
Well, I
I'm
brought,
basing that on the fact that as a kid I read The Hobbit. I didn't read The Lord of the Rings as a kid.
Yeah,
well, I'm also thinking
came out first too.
the Hobbit. I brought this up for the Marvel when I was doing Marvel stuff with you
yeah,
guys. The Bucky Barnes read a different version of the Hobbit than
Oh yeah.
Sam Wilson because Tolkien was
yeah.
like, Smeagol is going to be intelligent, and then they're like, no, we have to have him. What? How does he get the ring though?
Fucking stupid. That's
Yeah.
he just beats the shit out of his friend or his brother.
His brother, yeah.
Although it was the Bilbo finds it versus winning it in a contest of wits.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That didn't work.
Yeah.
What musical act tried to make their own movie adaptation of The Lord of the Rings?
I'm gonna go with Led Zeppelin before you even list off any options.
Is there an option?
That is an option.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Zeppelin has a shit ton of references.
Yeah.
And that's why I put it on the list.
Damn.
It's the Beatles.
What?
Yeah.
That'd be the most.
Also, I want to fit my reference for this is BuzzFeed. So, this may be wrong.
Oh, come on.
I wouldn't
you know
doubt,
what?
but like Led Zeppelin probably would have tried to make something.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Led Zeppelin is the
They
reason
just
why
didn't feel like
Lord of the
making
Rings
a
is so
movie.
rock and roll.
Like, we could do it, but too busy.
Wow, I guess these questions are just a little too hard. True or false? The Lord of the Rings trilogy's only shooting location was New Zealand.
That is false.
False.
It's true.
What?
Yeah.
I thought they had to do the Black Gate or something somewhere else.
BuzzFeed says no.
Bro. How many of these do you use BuzzFeed for?
All of them.
Bro. Oh.
Or no, I think I used IMDb for I looked up fun facts about Lord of the Rings, and I did BuzzFeed and IMDb.
At least IMDb is probably a little more accurate.
Yeah.
Here's one that you guys might be able to get. It's because it's math based. How many dwarves total are in the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogies?
Like named dwarves?
But yeah, like characters. I have multiple choice if you need them.
Options.
I'm thinking it's 15.
Give them
No,
options.
not 19.
So there's
I don't
A,
know.
13, B, 19, C, 14, or D, 16.
I'm going with 19.
I'm feeling the 14. But
That's right, it's 14.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I don't know why.
There's the 13 dwarves in The Hobbit,
Gimli.
and then Gimli.
Yeah.
But-
But the thing is I'm pretty sure Gimli is in both of them. Or at least mentioned in both of them.
Gimli's mentioned, yeah, because he's the son of Gloin, and Gloin is one of the 13 hobbits.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I meant in
Yeah, no, but it was just like,
total, not
but
you
I'm
know what I
sitting
mean?
there, I'm sitting there counting everybody, and I'm like, of everyone that's named,
They're so fucking.
I could have swore there was two or three other dwarves that were named because they're at the first one, the Fellowship first meeting in.
yeah.
Well, they're on screen, but they're just not named, and we don't.
But I'm pretty sure one of them is Gloin, and the other one,
Yeah, Gloin is there for sure at the council
and I think
of Elrond.
another one is one of the
well
original
damn.
original dwarves.
Are you wrong, James?
Yeah,
Okay.
I said 19. Yeah, I was
yeah.
very wrong. I was off by 5.
Well, I thought you were looking it up.
Here's another trick question that's going to piss you guys off.
Great.
True or false? Legolas's hair is white in the books.
Oh, damn it!
I'm gonna say false.
Okay.
Sure, I'll go opposite. True.
James is right. It's
Yeah.
false.
And we're
His
back
hair
to-
color is
It's
not
yellow.
explicitly mentioned.
And we're back to a tie.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the last question before the lightning round. It's anyone's game.
is.
True or false? The Lord of the Rings Return of the King is 11 for 11 when it comes to its Oscar nominations.
True.
Yeah, true.
True. Yeah.
All right. Now, lightning round.
One of my things was literally it shares the same amount of wins as Titanic, but
Yeah.
it has 30 minutes more of runtime.
Worth it.
It also has a higher percentage rate of winnings. 100%, baby.
All right.
Because Titanic was nominated for 14 and won
Wow.
11.
Okay. Well, I'm glad it didn't win that one because fucking list all of the Oscars that Return of the King has won. You get 1 point for each.
Ooh.
Remember,
Oh,
there's
God.
11 of them.
All right. Let's start with Yeah, we'll start with
We could do like take turns.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
naming a category.
I do know they won best costumes.
Okay, so costumes.
Oh well, I'll just go for the big one, best picture.
Okay.
I think it was.
Here, I'll count James. You count Pat.
I'm always bad at like the categories, but I think it. Yeah, you said what? Best picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got best picture and costumes.
Wasn't sound one of them? I think so. If not, you're just gonna start handing him points because I can't remember the categories.
Editing or mixing?
Oof.
Both.
Okay, both.
Hey, you got both.
This went a lot smoother in my head.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
It's only 3.
Best
11.
director. I'll add as well, right? Peter Jackson, best director.
Yep.
So that's 5 total we're at now
Yep.
that we've named.
Yep.
Jesus.
Best cinematography,
Yep.
best editing, video editing, not audio editing.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Should I keep
Are
going?
these right so far?
I don't know. Yes.
What?
Oh,
I don't know.
Come on, Danny.
I should have thought this through more for how we're gonna do the points.
He's
One of those that you
going-
mentioned is wrong, though. I don't.
okay.
Oh, which one? Well,
I don't know. How do I do this? You can't get the point for it now. Okay, so
yeah, just negate the point then.
all right, -1. They did not win best cinematography.
Okay, so
Damn.
all right, so he's down 1. All right. Just keep going.
Yeah, I just don't know categories. 'Cause I give zero.
It should have
crap
been
about
like a
Oscars.
Jeopardy thing. Like, you write them all down.
I got one right now, but I'm not
What?
playing, so.
What?
Um,
What do you got? Just. Oh no, he already said that. Or no,
Yeah.
wait, no. No, I think he said costumes.
I did say
Yeah, he did
costumes.
best
Okay.
production design.
Shut up.
That's what I just said.
Yep.
Well, that's my guess now at this point.
Or wait,
Production design?
no.
Oh,
wait.
No.
Production design is art direction, right?
Sure.
I think that's the old version of it. Yes.
It's a fucking train wreck.
Whatever. I think let's just go with James
like,
1.
Listen.
Let's go with James 1.
Yeah. No.
They probably got some best actors in there as well, is my assumption.
No.
No acting Oscars at all.
Nope.
Oh man.
I guess it makes
No, yeah,
sense
no.
with such an ensemble.
No, because
cast,
it was. I know it was very much like production wise.
Yeah, it won basically every.
Yeah, if it was a production category, it basically nailed it.
It won for best picture, best director, best adapted screenplay, best art direction, best costume design, best film editing, best makeup, best original score, best original song, best sound mixing, and best visual effects.
I know we should have done.
What the hell was the original song?
Wait.
Probably the one that
Pippin sang.
Pippin sings.
Sings in the hall.
I know what we should have done. We should have had them write them down and give them 30 seconds.
That's what I was saying with the Jeopardy thing. Yeah. Oh well, you live, you learn. We'll never do trivia again.
Listen, we got some random info that's
We
just
rarely do it
making zero
anyway,
sense,
so-
and it's amazing. 'cause
All right.
it's
We
Lord
learned
of
that
the
Sean
Rings.
Connery didn't like Lord of the Rings.
Starting with James. Rate this movie out of 100.
99.
Oh shit.
Well, it's
Okay.
a fucking fantastic movie.
Okay. Anything else you want to say? Or just that?
No,
It's a fantastic
All right.
movie.
Pep.
Oh, I'm right there. It's perfect.
These are
Like
5-star movies. Jesus.
no, like
Damn.
I have been watching this movie since it came out in theaters.
I believe
And
it. I believe it.
And I have still every time I get lost in this movie. Like I get the same amount of wonder and majesty that you get when you're sitting there in the theater, just going. And I'm sitting there on a little tube TV, like every time. It happens every time. Like, no, I can handle it this time. Nope. I
love
don't.
this
I don't
movie.
fidget during. This is one of those movies I don't fidget during.
You don't check
You
your
just
phone
watch
or
it the whole
anything.
time.
I don't. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not. A lot
Yeah.
of a lot of movies. No. A lot of movies. I'm playing video games through. I'm not playing video games through this movie.
I was.
Like
I make fun
I'm-
of Danny a lot.
I am just staring directly at the screen, being like, "Yes, More killing of orcs.
Fuck them orcs, man.
By the way, the best
do
original song is "Into the West" by Annie Lennox.
Where is that? Is that in the
The
credits
credit
or something?
song.
Makes sense.
We're going to the west, into it.
Annie Lennox is most known for the Eurythmics, who do "Sweet Dreams Are Made of These."
I only know the Marilyn Manson
that's
one.
her.
I only know Marilyn Manson's. Anyway.
Well, she does the original.
All right.
Wait, you've seen X-Men Apocalypse, right? You've seen it.
Yeah.
So then you know that song then.
"Sweet Dreams Are Made of These."
Right, that's
I'm
Quicksilver's song, right? that he's in that movie.
I'm sure I've heard it. I only remember.
What do you give it?
All right. So, we got 2.99s here.
Well, that's a good restaurant.
All right.
No, it isn't.
They got popcorn.
I'm not going to tear this movie apart as much as I thought I was going to. I just think the problem with this movie for me is I watched these first two a long time ago at this point, the first and second, and I didn't rewatch them before watching this. So I forgot a lot. A lot went over my head. It didn't sink in about who was who at points. I'm just like, or I was just like, I was lost in it, as you said.
Yeah.
But I also was like, where is this going? I just like, I don't know. It was like in a fog. It was really weird. It was like a fever dream for me. This whole movie was a fever dream. That's the best way to describe it. But all that being said, this is a wonderful movie. I can believe why it fucking swept at the Oscars, basically. And I'm going to give it an 86.
You guys gonna hate me. I give it like an 80.
Get out of here. Leave your own show.
I already explained this in depth. I think definitely in Two Towers, and I think a little bit in Fellowship. This just isn't mine. I gave it a shot multiple times. It's just not for me. I'm just more accustomed to like I think
Now, the three of us do work with a man who hates these movies because he's like, it's 8 hours of just they walk over here. Shut up.
Are you talking about Sean?
No, Billy.
Billy? Oh, yeah.
Sean loves these movies.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Sean and
I
Nick
thought he just like
both
dumb
love
blowy
these
uppy shit.
movies.
No, but it's the high fantasy, dumb blowy uppy.
I gotcha.
That's what these movies are.
Yeah, no, I just, Game of Thrones is more my speed. I like the darker, more nuanced characters. And, these are great. And it's no doubting that there's a lot of passion in them. It's like, I just don't think it's the greatest thing ever. But, I can appreciate
it's
all the
been
filmmaking.
done better since, to me, because I got invested in more characters, different characters.
Yeah.
And different versions of fantasy and sci-fi. That's really where I'm at. So like, this isn't my forte either. I'm trying to get into it, like obviously playing hours and hours of Baldur's Gate. But which James and I have a clan right now with Joe, but we also haven't played that in weeks at this point because it's just time.
I explained it to Mike the other day where I said like Harry Potter I think does characters that I vibe with better. Game of Thrones does the tone better. And Star Wars does the more epic story for me because generational
Agreed.
trauma and, father-son shit.
Yeah.
And, so this one can tie it all together. It's like the Tom Holland effect with the Spider-Man thing, does everything very well.
Yes.
Other things do.
But nothing like stands out among the others.
Yeah. It's just all kind of like,
It's all very, yeah.
Yeah. So 80. Sorry.
Okay. Well, this is.
I'd just like to say,
Yeah.
I come from the opposite perspective. Like, I didn't grow up with this, but to me, it's still become my favorite fantasy series for sure. Like, love Star Wars, grew out of it. Love Harry Potter, grew out of it. Now, Lord of the Rings, oh my God.
It's your new Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Because I know you were obsessed with Harry Potter for the longest time. So
Oh, yeah. I mean, I still enjoy Harry Potter. I have two sets of books. Yeah,
no doubt.
I think maybe a reason why this is so popular is because it's so genuine with what it's trying to do, and there's no like Marvel stuff with bathos, and they undercut the heartfelt moments with comedy. This is all just like wearing its heart on its sleeve, and I think a lot of people vibe with that.
I mean, there are still very like funny scenes, like Legolas and Gimli. Can you see, or shall I find you a box? Hilarious every time.
Every interaction with Gandalf and Pippin.
Yeah.
Freaking full of a talk.
Yeah.
I thought that was a slur at one point.
Yeah. No, but the Legolas taking out a full elephant decimating an entire just small platoon by himself, and then Gimli just, that only counts as one. What? No.
That was funny.
Yeah, I'd say it's a lot more subdued than stuff you get nowadays in its humor, but the humor's certainly there throughout.
Yeah.
Just it knows when to use it and does it well. It doesn't abuse it. It doesn't, force comedy. It's just very natural.
I mean,
and like you said, it's so full of emotion, and that's what really made me connect with it, is how much heart is in this, both from the characters and like the story itself and the production behind it, how clearly devoted and dedicated these people were to making something fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well
the movie even opens up with a small joke, because like Gimli and I think that whole group rides up to the hobbits sitting in broken Isengard, smoking, and Gimli's like lecturing them, and just like there's like, the salted pork is rather good, and Gimli's salted pork, like completely train of thought gone. He's salted pork.
Pulled a Homer.
Yeah.
Oh, not.
Salted pork.
All right. Well, we are wrapping up our trilogy here for Lord of the Rings. If you're hoping for The Hobbit, think again, because we're not doing The Hobbit.
Oh, thank God I wouldn't have come back.
No, I wouldn't
I
want
just
you to.
hang on. You want? I'll just share my favorite. I'll sum up the Hobbit for you.
Okay,
As
go for
just for Hobbit fun fact.
Go for it.
Smaug, dragon in a literal mountain of gold.
Yep.
Still would only be the 15th wealthiest person in America.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, 15th wealthiest. So you know what? There you go.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah. It's depressing, and now you don't need to watch The Hobbit.
Capitalism. All right. So, So, Lord of the Rings. We did it.
It was a journey.
It was a journey.
It was an epic.
It was a journey.
Literally.
Could have been 20 minutes long for some people.
I'm just saying. Like,
No. All jokes aside, we're Seen It Before. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with the handle @SeenItBeforecast. That's SCENE, It Beforecast. And on Twitter with the handle SIB_pod. I'm Dan.
I'm Danny. You can find me on Instagram at Danny_Was, my letterbox and serialized at DJ Was, or my YouTube channel, which is just Danny Was.
Hey,
I'm a ghost.
you're a ghost.
I'm a ghost. I don't exist on the
He's
internet.
spooky ghost man.
I play video games, and no, that's it.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, James.
I'm James. Hi, you can follow me on Letterboxd, James81XA.
Yes, that's like your thing for everything. Yeah.
I thought it was XO before, and I'm like, why you give me hugs and kisses?
A for Andre.
Anyway, we'll be back at some point in the near future before the end of the year, hopefully, with our roundup episode that we're going to have Cameron on. And, 5 or 6 movies we didn't get to talk about on the podcast this year, along with our top 5 or 10, we're not sure, movies of the year.